So we have seen to know what is control of the sense organs, that is yama, what is control of the mind, yama, and what is tyaga. These three things we have seen. And everything is based upon Ishvara Drishti. That is the secret of now. Everything will be based upon Ishvara Drishti or Brahma Drishti. When you have the Brahma Drishti, automatically you have yama. Your sense organs will be controlled. When you have Ishvara Drishti, automatically your mind is going to be controlled, because this person is always seeing Ishvara. Now what is there for him to be disturbed? There is no occasion for this person's mind to be distracted or disturbed. So sense control, mind control, everything naturally, spontaneously, in a sahaja bhava happens when you have this Ishvara Drishti. This is what Vedanta is talking. Sri Ramana Maharshi talks about it. Sahaja Samadhi, he says. Automatically. Everything will come. When you develop this Drishti, this comes. So we have seen what is Tyaga. Tyaga is not running away from anything. What will you run away from? Actually, what will you run away from? Everything is Ishvara. Now where will you run? And what will you leave? We have to leave our wrong notion. What is being left behind is Ajnana. This Ajnana has to be left. This Ajnana is what makes us feel that this is Jagat and Jiva. When you understand that it is all Ishvara, now everything is a matter of devotion then. All that lust and greed and everything will begin to disappear. It won't happen in one day. Again, I am telling you. It is not going to happen in a single day. But when we continuously, repeatedly practice it, slowly, this will come. Several years. It's a lifelong practice. But this is the way. Develop this drishti and keep on practicing. It will come. Now the next one is maunam. Okay? Silence. What is the definition of silence? Yasmad vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha yan maunam yogibhirgamyam tad bhavet sarvada bhudah. And next, there are two more verses. Vacho yasmat nivartante tad vaktum kena shakyate prapancho yadi vaktavyah sopi shabda vivarjitah iti va tad bhaven maunam satam sahaja sangitam gira maunam tu balanam prayuktam brahmavadibhi. In these three verses, Shankaracharya is beautifully describing or defining what is maunam. Maunam literally translated is what? Practice of silence. Now, usually when we talk about practicing silence, what do? Stop talking. Okay. Mo band. Yeah? Even that is so difficult. You will see people, it is very funny, we are so restless to talk. Always we want to express something. We are born talkative. Every jiva is born talkative creatures, Now, most funniest thing is, okay, somehow you have managed to keep your mouth shut. Are we not talking? We are continuously talking. The mental talk is going on. Tell me who is silence? Nobody is in silence. The mind is a chronically talkative creature. Is it not? Okay, you shut your mouth and see now what is happening. See the fun of it. The mind is going round and round and round. It is talking. It is self-talk. This is what is called self-talk. Now, this is another big challenge for the spiritual aspirants. We have to rise above this disease of self-talking. Is this not the fact? All kinds of talking is going. I will do this, I will do that, this, that, this. It is going on. You may not be using your vocal organ, but the mind is hopelessly talkative. So what is real silence? So just Shankaracharya is saying, restraining your physical vocal organ Gira Maunam. That is what is Gira Maunam. Gira Maunam means just restraining your physical vocal organ. Gira Maunam tu Balanam. This Maunam is only for small children. Means this is not the real Maunam. The small children, they will finger on your lips. But inside all mischievous plan is going on. Is it not? Children are like that. Children will finger on your lips. But inside all mischievous plans are going on. So this Maunam is Balanam. This is all meant for small children. What is the real Maunam? That is the real Maunam. Same thing. When you know everything is Ishvara, that will be the same point here. There is no reason for your mind to indulge in any other thoughts. Then the mind becomes no mind. Then this silencing of the mind is the real silence. This silencing of the mind is real silence. Just restraining the vocal organ, physical vocal organ, and letting the mind go round and round is not silence. That is only for the beginners. But that is also important. In Vivek Chudamani Shankaracharya says, Yogasya prathamam dwaram vang nirodha. It's a very important statement. The first doorway to yoga is Vang Nirodha. Vani's Nirodha. You have to restrain speech. We talk unnecessarily. We keep on talking and talking and talking. We don't know. We are wasting and frittering away all our energies in vain talks. This is one of the ways in which all our energy is getting scattered, and instead of conserving it, this is a great conservation has to be done. All our energy is going in vain talks. Absolutely meaningless talks and fruitless talks. It is not going to bear any fruit. We keep on talking vain things. Yes, we have to talk when it is necessary to talk. And we have to talk meaningfully, and we have to talk truthfully. These are the Vang Tapas. Bhagavad Gita talks about Vani's Tapas. Talk truthfully. Whenever you are talking something, be truthful in your speech and in your thought. And talk meaningfully and talk sweetly. This is the tapasya of the body. Anyhow, let me come to the main point. Here, Maunam means what? The real Maunam is the silencing of the mind. And how do we do that? You see. Shankaracharya says here, Yasmad vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. That thing from which mind and the sense organs come back without having reached it. What is that thing? Brahman. Mind and sense organs cannot reach Brahman. Is it not? Brahman is transcendental to both the mind and the indriyas. Is it not? Namo Namo Prabhu Vakya Manatita Mana Vachanaikadhar. It is beyond the Mana and Vani. Every day we chant, no? Namo Namo Prabhu Vakya Manatita Mana Vachanaikadhar. And then what? Jyotira Jyotir Ujala Ridikandar Tumitama Bhanjanahar. Is it not? It is the light of all the lights. It is Atman. So where is Ramakrishna here? Jyotira Jyoti. What is that Jyotira Jyoti? It's the light of consciousness, Atman. Tama Bhanjana. It is that light of consciousness which destroys all ignorance. So always remember, it is all Atman and Atman alone. We are taking the help of a certain form just to reach there. You can take the help of any form. Doesn't matter. Anyhow, coming back to this. So here, the definition is what? Yasman vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. That thing from where the mind returns back without having comprehended it. What is that thing? Atman. Mind cannot reach the Atman. So that thing, Atman, Brahman or Ishvara, whatever it is, yan maunam yogebhir gamyam tad bhavet sarvadabhata. It is in Atman that the mind really becomes silent. When you transcend the mind, then only we begin to attain the real silence. The real silence belongs to the Atman. In Ishvara, everything becomes silent. When you are thinking that the Jiva and Jagat is there, everything is noisy. Our mind is the noisiest place in the world. Do you disagree with this point? You will see the mind is the noisiest place. You can be in the room, shut your room, but the mind is so noisy. Is it not? Now, how is this? This mind will be silent when you attain the Atma Drishti or Ishvara Drishti. Only there the mind becomes really silent. But this silence has to be practiced, which is based upon this Brahma Drishti or Ishvara Drishti. So beautiful. I am not going into the next 2-3 verses. I have told you the essence of what Maunam is. This is the meaning of Maunam. Let's go ahead. Adau ante cha madhye cha jano yasmin na vidyate yenedam satatam vyaptam sadesho vijana smritah. So beautiful. The next point is Desha. Desha means place. Okay. First we have seen what is silence. What is the real silence? The real silence comes from Atman or Ishvara Drishti. Now place. Place of solitude. We want to go to a place where there is not many people. See why we have come here, why we have chosen this place. Because this is a place of solitude. Yes, it is true. It is a place of solitude. For several miles and kilometers, there is no one to disturb us. It's a beautiful place. Our Mayavati is like that. For several kilometers, miles, there is no one to disturb us. It's a place of solitude. But are we really alone there? Even, Acha, are you all really in solitude? Why we are not in solitude? Because you may be physically here, away from, but you are carrying the whole world inside your mind. Are you alone? Your father, your mother, your husband, your wife, your children whom you have left behind, they are all nicely existing in the mind. Are you in solitude? Tell me. We are carrying the entire baggage. And what is this baggage? World is this baggage. Now what is the real solitude? The place of Vijana. When you understand that no one else is existing apart from Ishvara, you have come to the real solitude. Is this not the fact? When you understand there is no pot, there is no tumbler, there is no plate, etc., there is only clay, then is this not the real solitude? But you may, that one pot may go somewhere else, little far away from other pots and tumblers, but the pot is carrying all the pot, tumbler, everything within its mind. Is it in solitude? It cannot be in solitude. But when the pot will realize that everything is clay, there is nothing else is there, then you have come to real solitude. Now for this solitude, you don't have to come to Sharda Tapovan or Mayavati. You can be in this solitude in Delhi itself, in Mumbai itself. In the midst of the market, you can be in perfect solitude. A person who has developed this vision that it is Ishvara and Ishvara alone, he is always in solitude. Desha. Vijana. Because there is no jana, is it not? Vijana means Vigata Janaha. A place where there are no human beings. But when you know everything is Ishvara, where are the human beings? So what is the real solitude? Is this again Ishvara Drishti? To know that Ishvara alone is existing. When you have this Drishti, that person is always in solitude. Because for him there is nothing existing apart from Ishvara. That's the point. So, Adavante cha madhye cha. In the beginning, in the end, and in the middle. Jano yasmin na vidyate. Show me a place where there are no living beings. In the beginning, in the end, and in the middle. Is there any place where there are no human beings in the beginning, in the end, in the middle? The only place where there are no human beings is Ishvara. In Ishvara, there is nothing else is existing. So, the real place is what? Where is the real resting place? It is Ishvara. When we go and rest in Ishvara, you are going and resting in the right place, which is Vijana. Because in Ishvara, there is nothing else is existing. You understand? So, which is the right resting place for us? Ishvara. Because when we understand there is nothing existing apart from Ishvara, you are in Vijana. Vijana means a place where is no one else is there. When you go and rest on the clay, are there pots and tumblers then? Then you come to the real place of solitude. So beautiful. See, now this is Advaitic interpretation of these wonderful terms. Huh?
One and same idea
Everywhere. Now that is what, this is repeated hammering actually. It's very important. This is the main thing to be done. If you take care of this attitude, everything else will automatically effortlessly fall in place. That's why whole struggle should be to develop this drishti. Once anyone succeeds in awakening this drishti and bhava, you see, everything will automatically fall in place. This person, whether he is in the middle of a marketplace or whether he is in Mayavati, it doesn't make any difference. Because he is always in Ishvara, for him Ishvara alone. Then what is Mayavati and what is Delhi and what is Mumbai? It is all Ishvara only. This is the real thing. This is the real, there is one song which was very dear to Thakur and which Swami Vivekananda, Naren used to sing. Mon chalo nija niketane, samsar videshe, videshir bheshe, kano brahmon akarane. Is it not? Sri Ramakrishna is to go into Samadhi. You understand, Bengali? What is the meaning of this song is, Man, chalo nija niketane. Go back to your own abode, place. Now what we are discussing here, place. What is the place? What is our resting place? Our resting place is not our room. Our only resting place is Ishvara. Ishvara Bodha. We have got no other resting place. We as human beings, we have got no other resting place in this so-called creation. Our only resting place where we will find permanent rest is what? Ishvara. Without that, we are miserable. You may be multi-billionaire, the world's first 100 richest persons. You can be all those things. It's a miserable creature. It's a jiva. There's nothing. Without Ishvara Bodha, we are nothing. No matter you may be a multi-billionaire, whoever it is. See, I'm telling in perspective. Let us not get carried away. Oh, he's the richest man in the world. What? He's a jiva. And if he has got no Ishvara Sambandha, he is nothing. And here is a person with not single penny in his pocket, he is the greatest man. Not only he, all such great people. Those who are established in Ishvara, they are the Mahapurushas, the real people. So our whole struggle is to establish this Ishvara Sambandha, this connection, this unbroken connection with Ishvara, developing this bhava that Ishvara alone is existing. And that is the right place, sthanam, desha. So beautiful. Right? So, adavante madhye cha jano yasmin na vidyate, which is that place in which there are no other creatures. It is Ishvara. Yenedam satatam vyaptam, and that is one thing which is pervading everything. Sadesho vijanas smrtaha. That means it is Brahman, it is Ishvara. Ishvara is that place where there is nothing else is there. That is the point. Then, time, kala. What is kala? Kalanat sarva bhutanam brahmadinam nimeshatah kala shabdena nirdishto yakandananda ko dvayah. Now what is this kala? This kala is also nothing but Atman. There is no other time, there is nothing called, time is not a second entity existing apart from Atman or Ishvara. Why? Shankaracharya says here, Kalanat sarva bhutanam brahmadinam nimeshata. Atman, nimeshata. Nimeshata means in a fraction of a second. Just like that, Atman creates this entire so-called world. This entire Drishya Varga, Atman creates in a Nimesha. That Nimesha, that time is nothing but Atman, nothing else. There is no other time. Now, Brahmadinam cha everything, right from Brahmadinam cha Sarva Bhutanam, Nimeshatah Kalanat. Atman is that which brings about into existence, right from Brahma to all these living creatures in a fraction of a second. Any illustration? Which we can, it's very experiential illustration. What happens in dream? This entire dream world, which is just like this, okay? Whenever the dream world we experience in the dream world, everything is just like that, is it not? When the dream is going on, that is absolutely as real as this one. How much time did Atman take to create that dream world? Did Atman has to slog and sweat? Kolo, now I have to start creating a world. Atman, it's all play of consciousness. One thing we should understand, this three avasthas is nothing but a play of consciousness. Let us again sum up the whole thing. It's all play of consciousness. There is nothing like world and everything. Consciousness is that ocean in which these waves are rising and falling. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, these are all small waves rising and falling in that ocean of infinite consciousness which you and I are. This is what the Upanishad is teaching us. Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti, they are nothing but small waves rising in the infinite ocean of consciousness which you and I are. We are that in which these small waves are rising and falling. So how is it happening? With effort? Nimeshata, just like it. It's all play of consciousness actually, nothing else. So what is this time? Time is nothing but that Atman which brings about this entire Srishti just like this. Take the Swapna Srishti. Here also it is same thing. We are not understanding this point. So that is what is time. Kala Shabdena Nirdishto hi Akhandanandako Dvayaha. And that is Akhandananda. Infinite, Atman of infinite bliss, and which is Advaya. There is no second entity apart from that consciousness. That's it. Then what? Now comes asana. Is it not? In our Yoga Sutras, Ashtanga Marga, Yama, Niyama, Asana. Okay. In between, Shankaracharya discussed 3-4 points like Tyaga, Desha, Kala, Maunam. These 4 points he discussed. Now he is taking this asanam of the Ashtanga Yoga. In Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali defines asanam as what? Sthira Sukham Asanam. Is it not? That is the gross definition. That is also needed. But Shankaracharya gives a beautiful, higher definition. Usually from Patanjali's standpoint, asanam is what? You should sit in a posture. When we sit down to meditate, how do we sit? There has to be a good posture. There are 2 factors in all asanam posture. It should be sthira. Sthira means sthirata should be there. You should hold your body steady manner. And sukham. Sthira sukham asana. The body should be held steadily, and at the same time there should not be any stress and tension in any part of the body. It's a combination of steadiness and perfect ease and comfort. Then only we can meditate. Is it not? If you are struggling with this and that, then your whole attention is on the body. Is it not? So we should learn to sit in a posture in which the body is held steadily, and at the same time it is in a posture which is very easy and comfort. Only in that kind of a position you can easily meditate on Ishvara. This is the Patanjali's definition. It's a good, very valid, beautiful. Now see what Shankaracharya defines it. Advaitik version. What is asanam? Sukhenaiva bhavet yasmin ajasram brahmachintanam asanam tadvijaniyat netarat sukhanashanam. So beautiful. So nice. And I can take the next one also, is that Siddham yat sarva bhutadi Vishvadhishtanam avyayam Yasmin siddha samavishta Tadvai siddhasanam viduhu. Now, see, it says asanam. So Patanjali's asanam, we have seen, sthira sukham asanam, that is purely physical definition, and that is very important. But Shankaracharya says here, Sukhenaiva bhavet yasmin ajasram brahmachintanam. That position in which you can, ajasram means unceasingly. You can unceasingly do brahmachintanam sukhenaiva, easily. That position in which you can unceasingly and easily do brahmachintanam, asanam tadvijaniyat. That is what is asanam. Na itarat sukhanashanam, not others, Now, those who do this Hatha Yoga and they do different kinds of physical asanas, very tough asanas. No, we don't have to go into all those things. That is not needed. That is what is a big fad in the world, different. The asanas are used only for the health benefits. Definitely it has got its health benefits, but if you are a seeker of truth, you won't be breaking your head with all that. That is not needed for us. Yes, you have to do yogasana to keep your body fit. That you should do. Everybody should do. The body should be fit and strong. But when we sit down to meditate, we should be sitting down in a position in which you can easily and unceasingly do Brahmachintanam. That whichever position helps you to do that, do that. This is what Shankaracharya is saying. Beautiful. Otherwise, it will be like Sukhanashanam. Huh?
You will lay down also.
Some people can do, but you don't try. Very advanced people can do that. Advanced people can do that. Yes. Advanced people can do that. That's what I'm saying. For an advanced person, lying down, whatever it is, walking, being in the market, nothing disturbs his meditative mood. He's always seeing the thing clearly. That is in a very advanced state. But initially, you should not do lying, because lying down means you know what is the consequence of that. So don't try that. Better you sit on the floor or whatever it is. So wherever you can sit comfortably, Sukhena and Ajasram, 2 words. With ease and unceasingly, you can do Atma Chintanam or Ishvara Chintanam. Just be in that. And Siddhasanam is also then here, Shankaracharya is defining. What is Siddhasanam? Siddham yat sarvabhutadi Vishwadishthanaam avyam. So beautiful. In Hatha Yoga, you have heard about Siddhasanam, no? Some of you might have heard. There are different postures like Padmasanam, Siddhasanam. Several asanams are there. Siddhasanam is a very powerful asanam for meditation. It's very true. Siddhasanam is, you don't know. You can, I don't want to go into the details of it, it will take time. But it's a very, very good asana. Padmasana is said to be the best for meditation, but Padmasana is difficult. Everybody cannot do it unless you have many years of practice. The limbs have to be very flexible. Then only you can sit in the lotus posture. Otherwise, it will be painful. That is why Shankaracharya is saying, don't bother about that. Otherwise, you will be worrying about this leg and this leg. Oh, it is not coming, let me pull it up. Then it is paining here. Then instead of doing Brahmachintanam, you will be doing
Most of
yes.
the time you're bothered about the asana.
Exactly. Now see, you follow Shankaracharya. You sit in a posture in which 2 things, Sukhena and Ajasram. Sukhena means easily and in an unbroken way you can do Ishvara Chintanam. You do that. Now whichever physical posture helps you to accomplish these 2 things, ease and unease. Sukhena means with ease, and Ajasram means in an unbroken manner. Any physical posture which helps you to do Ishwar Chintanam with ease and in an unbroken manner, you adopt that. So Siddhasanam is another one. Shankaracharya is particularly focusing on this one asana because it is a very powerful asana and which everybody can do it. Siddhasana is not difficult. Anybody can do it. Padmasana is a little difficult. But the best is, what is Siddhasanam? He is saying, so beautiful. Siddhasanam is what? You take the left leg and you keep the heel just in your Mooladhara. To take it very technically, you stick your heels to the left leg, the left heel to the Mooladhara, and you keep the right leg over it and sit. That is not going to. That is technically, that is Siddhasana. And it is very powerful. And it is very comfortable also. But Shankaracharya says, what is the real Siddhasana? So beautiful. He says, Siddham yat sarvabhutadi Vishwadishthana avyayam. So, what is the adhisthana of this entire Vishwa Prapancha? So see, what is the adhisthana of this entire Vishwa Prapancha? It is Ishvara. Ishvara is the adhisthana of. To be seated in Ishvara is the best asana. So instead of you're worrying about this leg is here, this leg is there, you keep your mind in Ishvara. When you're keeping your mind in Ishvara, already you are in the. So our real asanam is not this physical asanam. Our only place to sit and rest is what? Ishvara. Even now, actually, I don't know how much of you are. Where are we resting? You tell me. Are you sitting on the chair, Noorji? Where are you sitting? On the chair? You are sitting on the lap of Ishvara. Do we even understand this point? Who is the Vishwadhishthanam here? Where are we seated? We are being, if at all we want to talk about as if we are something separated from Ishvara, even in that sense, what is supporting us? Ishvara. We are already sitting in Ishvara. Just become aware of it. This is the real asana. So beautiful. This is the Advaitic vision, Real asanam is Ishvara. Real desha, place, is Ishvara. Real silence is Ishvara. When you have the Ishvara bodha, everything naturally falls in its right place. So beautiful it is. So he is saying, Siddham yat sarva bhutati, from which everything is born. Ishvara. And that Ishvara is sarvadhishthanam. It is the adhisthana of everything. Yasmin siddha samavishta. There the wise people are always resting. That is what is Siddhasanam. Great people have referred to, that is the Siddhasanam. So beautiful. Then in Hatha Yoga, there is a practice called Mula Bandham. Different bandha is there, Different bandha is there. Let us not go into the details of it. There's no need. But Shankaracharya gives a different, beautiful, Advaitic interpretation to it. Why is referring to this? Many people are into all these things, They do all kinds of Hatha Yogic exercises, That is not needed. Straight away come to this point. You don't have to worry about all those things. Come to the essential point. Automatically, Kundalini, awakening and everything automatically happens. You don't have to separately try for it. That is the Advaitic method. So here Shankaracharya is saying, Yanmoolam sarva bhutanam Yanmoolam chitta bandhanam Moola bandhas sada sevyo Yogyo sau raja yoginam. These Raja Yogis, they do different kinds of bandhas, like Moola bandha, Jalandhar bandha, Uddiyana bandha and all. These are different bandhas. These bandhas are different ways of focusing or bringing your awareness and prana to one center. Moola bandha is that where you bring your awareness and consciousness and keep it in one center, which is Mooladhara. Another bandha is slightly higher, like Jalandhar bandha, where you focus you bring all your energies and keep it in the center of Anahata. Let us not go into. Many people do it. So Shankaracharya wants to say that you don't have to break your head with all those things. What is the real bandha? You see, so beautiful. He is saying, Yan moolam sarva bhutanam. Again, go to the roots. Which is the mool of everything? Ishvara. Is it not? When you keep your mind in Ishvara, you are already practicing Moola Bandha. You don't have to physically do anything. Physically. Actually, the Hatha Yogic physical exercise of Moolandam is completely a physical exercise, where you contract your Mooladhara and you do all kinds of things. Why are you worrying about all those things? Keeping your Antakarana mind in the Jagat Moolam. What is the Jagat Moolam? Ishvara. That is Moola Bandha. So beautiful. Moola Bandha sada sevyo yogyo so raja yoginam. This is the Moola Bandham one should practice. Means constantly keeping the mind on Ishvara. Simple. See? How? See, Shankaracharya simplifies everything. All complicated things, he is simplifying it. Actually, spiritual life is simple. Just keep your mind in Ishvara Drishti. Everything automatically falls in place. We don't have to do these things separately then. That is the point. Then what? Then what is it comes is deha samata. Equipoise of the body. The body has to be kept in an equipoised state. What is that? Anganam samatam vidyat same brahmani linatam noche naiva samanatvam rijutvam shushka vrikshavat. Absorption in the uniform Brahman should be known as the equipoise of the limbs, Deha Samya. Okay, Deha Samya. This body has to be in an equipoised state. This is not some physical exercise. When we sit for meditation, often we hold our body in a very stiff manner. To be in a stiff body, shushka vrikshapat, Shankaracharya says, just like this tree is also standing very stiff manner, So meditation is not that you just sit like a tree, the shushka vrikshapat. No. To be in Brahman is the Deha Samyata. So beautiful. When your mind is in Ishvara, automatically you will be equipoised. These are all very beautiful, subtle things. You can experiment with yourself. You see, whenever you have meditated on Ishvara, even for 5 minutes properly, what a wonderful state of equipoise and equilibrium comes into your system. You can see it for yourself. This comes owing to Ishvara consciousness. It is not something physical. So this bringing about a kind of an equipoise or equilibrium at the physical level, it's not a physical exercise. When you fix your mind, as you develop this Ishvara Drishti and Ishvara Bhava, automatically the person's physical structure itself is always in a state of equilibrium and equipoise. Nothing can disturb this person's equilibrium. This is a great challenge. That's why in some people's life we can see, they are never disturbed. Nothing can derail them. Because why? They are established in Ishvara Drishti. They cannot be disturbed. Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, what is that? Yan labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha yasmin sthito na dukkhena kurunapi vicharyate. So beautiful. Once you attain this great Brahma Drishti or Ishvara Drishti, even the greatest misfortunes of the life cannot derail this person. Is this not something wonderful which we should be aspiring for? Presently, how every small things of our day-to-day life derails us, is it not? We get totally derailed. Something goes wrong, then 4 days, 5 days, we are totally out of our mood. Are we free? Tell me, are we free? What can money do to you? Is money going to save your situation? Money has got nothing to do with happiness. Please understand this point. Money can give you some physical things, but money cannot give you this. This is a totally different thing. And when you have this, you have everything. When you are established in this Ishvara Drishti, nothing can now derail this person. It's a very, very important point. Then, now comes Drishti. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is one of the classical definitions of this great Shankaracharya. Worth memorizing. And this is what Sri Ramakrishna refers to as Vijnana. This is what. See what Shankaracharya is saying. Magnanimous. What is he saying? What is the right drishti? You see. Drishtim jnanamayim krutva pashyed brahmamayam jagat sa drishti paramodara nanasagra avalokini. What is the right drishti? Now, why drishti is being taken up here? In meditation, there is one great instruction. Okay, even Sri Krishna gives that instruction. In fact, it's not Sri Krishna's, it is the tradition. Meditation, when we meditate, for all the beginners, it is prescribed that they should be, their vision should be focused on the tip of the nose. Okay. Now, this instruction's main intention is to slowly gather the scattered mind. That is the purpose of this exercise. When you sit for meditation, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that slok says, where in the 6th chapter, Krishna says that you have to focus this vision has to be focused on the tip of the nose. Okay, Nasagra Avalokani, he speaks about that. That is what Shankaracharya is also referring to here. That is the prescription for everybody who is trying to meditate. And the main intention behind that is to gather our scattered mind. Our mind is horribly scattered. So when your eyes are fixed on the tip of the nose, slowly the scattered mind becomes gathered. It comes back to us. That is intention. But Shankaracharya says, better than this I will show you a way. What is that? Drishtim jnanamayim krutva. Immortal words. Develop this jnanamaya drishti or bhaktimaya drishti. You can use both the words. And what is this jnanamaya drishti or bhaktimayam drishti? Pashyed brahmamayam jagat. See everything as Ishvara. This is the right drishti. Drishtim jnanamayam krutva pashyed brahmamayam jagat. With this jnanamaya drishti or bhaktimaya drishti, see everything as one Ishvara. Sa drishti paramodara. This is the right drishti, na nasagra avalokini. Not that drishti that you are focusing your vision on the tip of the nose. So beautiful. So amazing. This is the right drishti. This is what I am saying. When we have this right drishti, the whole life is transformed. The whole struggle is to acquire this right drishti. This jnanamaya drishti, which is in and through which we see everything as Ishwaramaya. In and through, the Bhakta will say, when in and through, the Bhakta will see everything as Ramakrishnamaya. Another Bhakta will see everything as Krishnamaya. Some other Bhakta will see everything as Narayanamaya. Some other Bhakta will see everything as Shivamaya. This is the right drishti. Not this Nasagravaroki, not that focusing your vision on the tip of the nose. That is for the beginners. But the real vision is this, seeing everything as Ishvara. So beautiful. So you might have noted, the entire stress is on what? It's only one thing. If you develop this one thing, everything else comes on its own. This is actually the commentary on, I always say, Aparokshanubhuti is the commentary on Sri Ramakrishna's statement. What is Sri Ramakrishna's statement? Tie the knowledge of Advaita to the corner of your cloth and lead your life. This whole book is a commentary to that teaching. Shankaracharya is saying, see everything as Brahmamayam. Now this is the knowledge which you have to tie, Advaita Gyan, that there is nothing else but Ishvara. Tie this knowledge, this drishti, see everything as Brahmamayam, and then lead your life. This entire, all these steps, what are these, tell me? Is it not the commentary on Sri Ramakrishna's statement? Or should I say Ramakrishna was repeating what Shankaracharya was saying? Who is telling anything, something new? This is what is Vijnana. Is Vijnana something new? Anyhow. So, drishtim jnanamayam krutva pashyed brahmamayam jagat. Sa drishti paramodara na nasagra avalokini. So beautiful. This you should memorize, This is one of the finest utterances of Shankaracharya. Then he says, Drashtru darshana drishyanam viramo yatra va bhavet drishti tatraiva kartavya nanasagravalokini. Again, same. This is also the same drishti's definition is going. He's saying same thing. When you see everything is Brahmamayam, so what will happen? Drashtri darshana drishyana. Three things. One is drashta, other is drishyam, and the third is darshana. You understand? Three things. In our experience, there is one seer and the object which is seen and the process of seeing. Is it not? Drashtri, drishya and darshana. This is what is known as Triputi Bheda. Our whole transactional plane is going on like this. Now, when you know that the person who is seeing is also Ishvara, the thing which is being seen is also Ishvara, and the process is also is Ishvara. This is the right drishti. This is exactly Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. The person who is eating the food is Brahman. What is being eaten is Brahman. The process of everything is Brahman. This is what? This is the right drishti. You see? This is the right drishti. Drishtim jnanamayam krutva pashyed brahmamayam jagat. Seeing everything as Ishwaramaya, this is the right drishti. Where the drashta, the drishyam and the process of darshana, everything is nothing but Ishvara. Then we are established in the right place. This is the point. Now comes pranayam. You see? Pranayam, I am not going into the details of it. I will sum up because we have not much time. But I will just chant this verse and I will give you the essence of there are three verses here on pranayam. Chittadi sarva bhaveshu brahmatvenaiva bhavanat nirodha sarva vrittinam pranayamasa uchyate nishedhanam prapanchasya रेचकाख्यः समीरणः ब्रह्मैवास्मीति यद्वृत्तिः पूरको वायुरीरितः ततस्तद्वृत्तिनैश्चल्यं कुम्भकः प्राणसंयमः अयं चापि प्रबुद्धानां अज्ञानां घ्राणपीडनम्. So beautiful. So beautiful. Here Shankaracharya is describing the process of pranayama. In pranayama what happens? We have Puraka, Rechaka and Kumbhaka. Is it not? Yes. If you go by Patanjali's definitions, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, beautiful. That is one thing. But Patanjali's Yoga Sutra is more on the physical side. Here Shankaracharya takes it to the highest side. Usually when we do pranayama, what do? We do Puraka. Puraka is we breathe in. Rechaka means to breathe out. Kumbhaka is when you hold the breath inside. Is it not? Shankaracharya is saying simple thing. When you breathe in, think that I am Brahman and everything is Brahman. When you breathe out, think that there is no world existing, Brahman alone is existing. Puraka means what? Sarvam Ishwaram. Rechaka means what? There is nothing existing apart from Ishwaram. And Kumbhaka is what? To be established in that Ishvara Bodha is Kumbhaka. So beautiful. Means in short, constantly to be in the Ishvara Drishti, this pranayama is already accomplished. Tell me, what is after all the goal of doing all these things? If you don't develop Ishvara Drishti, what is the meaning of this physical exercise? Does it have any meaning? It has got no meaning. Remember, pranayama is a way to reach here. But if you cultivate this Ishvara Drishti, automatically pranayama is accomplished. So this is how many people practice this. When they breathe in and breathe out, they keep on saying soham, 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 soham. When you breathe in, you think that everything is Brahman. When you breathe out, you are saying that nothing else is existing apart from Brahman. And to be established in that is Kumbhaka. So beautiful. This is not physical. It is all in Bhavarajya. This is what is the true pranayama, Shankaracharya says. And rest everything is what? In a beautiful way he is saying, rest everything is grana pidanam. Grana pidanam means you are simply torturing your nose. Ab ye karo, fir wo karo, ye karo, pakad ke rakho. You are just torturing your nose. What is the point in torturing this nose unless you have Ishvara Bodha? So beautiful point it is. So many times we become busy with all these things, but the real thing is this cultivation of this Ishvara Drishti. So the constantly breathing in with the attitude that everything is Ishvara, breathing out means to negate, there is nothing existing apart from Ishvara, and to be established in this Ishvara Drishti is what is Kumbhaka. This is what is pranayama. So, now after pranayama comes what? Pratyahara. Is it not? In Ashtanga Yoga then comes Pratyahara. Pratyahara means to withdraw the mind from the different sense objects. According to Patanjali's definition, Pratyahara means to withdraw the mind from the different sense objects. Now see the Advaitic method. Where are the sense objects? Exactly, Noorji, what you have said is true. Where are the sense objects? Is there anything apart from Ishvara? Is there anything apart from clay? This is the true Pratyahara. Everywhere you see, you bring that right drishti, everything is automatically. There is no struggle here. Struggle in the sense of a yogi. See, in Yoga Marga, you are struggling, there is an object and you are forcefully withdrawing the mind from that and fixing here. That is why this battle is going on when we meditate. Is it not? From the Advaitic standpoint, it is all sahaja. Once you develop this drishti that everything is Ishvara, now, what will you withdraw your mind from? In fact, where is the mind? Then it is all Ishvara. So easily you are established in Ishvara. Profound meditation will come like this. You try it out. This is the Advaitic method. Again, this is why Sri Ramakrishna is saying you develop this Advaita Drishti and then lead your life. You understand? This is the reason why Sri Ramakrishna is saying you develop this Advaita Drishti that there is nothing existing apart from Ishvara and then see everything falls in its place, right place, so easily. So wonderful. But this point is least discussed, is it not? Have you seen anyone discussing this point? I have not seen. In Ramakrishna's all this Bhakta Sammelan, they will discuss everything else, going round and round and round. They don't come to the main point. This is the main teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. There is nothing existing apart from Ishvara. And to be established in this drishti and then lead your life. That is what makes everything so beautiful. You see? So what is Pratyahara? Vishayeshvatmatam drishtva manaschitimajjanam pratyahara sabhigyeyo abhyasaniyo mumukshubhi. Mumukshus should practice this pratyahara. What is this pratyahara? Vishayeshu atmatam drishtva. Knowing that all the objects are nothing but Ishvara's forms. You take it in that way. All the objects, whatever is existing, this is all Ishvara's form. Vishayeshu atmatam drishtva. All these Vishayas are all what? This is all nothing but Atman. All the pots and tumblers and tables and all these things are what? They are all nothing but clay. When you have this attitude, manas chiti majjanam. Mind is absorbed in this attitude that everything is nothing but Ishvara. This is what is Pratyahara. Pratyahara sabhigyeyo. Abhyasaniyo mumukshubhi. This is what the mumukshus should repeatedly practice. Then, after Pratyahara comes Dharana. Yatra yatra mano yati brahmanas tatra darshanat manaso dharanam chaiva dharana saparamata. What is supreme dharana? In Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, dharana means fixing your mind on one object. Shankaracharya says, yatra yatra mano yati. It's a beautiful definition. Now, let your mind go wherever it wants. People always talk about how to control the mind, how to control the mind. You cannot control the mind unless we develop the right drishti. As long as in our awareness the world is existing, objects are existing, separated from us, we will never be able to control our mind because that will draw us in that direction. But Shankaracharya says, let the mind go wherever it wants. Come on, leave it. Let us try it out. Today evening you should try it out. Let the mind go wherever it wants. Give it full freedom. Where will it go? Can it go out of Ishvara? Can it go out of Ishvara? Anything, you leave it. Just let it go, man. Go wherever. It is always landing up in Ishvara. What a beautiful definition. Now see, mind will be like this. Meditation will be so easy for this person. This is the classic Rishi Vakya. Only these people can tell the secret. Otherwise, we are just fighting and in a battlefield. Objects, this object is attracting, this object is attracting. Mind is not fixing in God. This is the common problem, is it not? No, where are the objects? First inquire into that. Come and develop the right vision. And when the right vision comes, what is the right vision? There is only Ishvara. Now let the mind go wherever it wants, wherever it lands. All those objects are nothing but Ishvara and Ishvara alone. This is what is Dharana. So beautiful.
It should be done only after one has attained at certain stage. Otherwise, only
No. It's not. No. It's not like that. This has to be cultivated. This is what he's saying. It is not. You have to practice it.
yes, because if from the beginning I say go mind wherever you like, then
No. No, it's not. You have no. First, you have to develop this attitude. You catch the main point. First, go back to the roots. That's why initially, what did we discuss? In initial verses, what was this discussed? Vichara. Now, this is then supplementing it. First, by doing vichara, come to the conclusion that is there pots and tumblers existing? It is clay. First, come to that conclusion, please. Don't give excuses. Yes, somewhere you have to start. But this is the direction in which you have to struggle. You may fail. This is not going to happen in one day. But for a person who is well advanced in it, he can play with it. How true? Now, this is the possibility waiting to come into your life. That is what I am talking about. Don't reject it. This is the great possibility which is waiting to come into every person's life. Don't give excuses. When by doing proper vichara, the right drishti comes, you see this is the great thing which is going to happen. Whatever is existing is Ishvara. Now where the mind will go, this is what is supreme dharana. So beautiful, classic. You see, so yatra yatra mano yati brahmanas tatra darshanat manaso dharanam chaiva dharana sa paramata. This is what is supreme dharana. So beautiful. Then after dharana comes dhyana. Again, this is all. Dhyana definition is what? Pratyaya ekatanata dhyanam. Is it not? That is the definition of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Means when the mind flows in an unbroken way towards one object. This is Patanjali. This is all valid definition. But here Shankaracharya is giving it a higher turn. What is dhyanam? You see. Brahmaivasmiti sadvritya niralambataya sthitihi dhyana shabdena vikhyata paramanandadayini. So beautiful. This dhyana shabda is vikhyata, it is well known, and this dhyana is what? Paramanandadayini. That gives paramanandam. So beautiful. But how are we going to do this dhyanam? So what is the essential factor in dhyanam is what? Brahma eva asmi aham. I am that supreme reality. I am not separated from Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara. Brahma evasmi iti sadvritya niralambataya sthitihi. With no other thing to depend upon. For this person who has developed this Ishvara drishti, is there a second entity apart from Ishvara on which he can depend? Presently our problem is there, We think God is there and world is also there. Morning for some time we depend on God, and the evening when we depend on so many worldly things. Is it not? For a person who has got this right drishti, he has got no second factor to depend upon. He is niralamba. He has got no other alambana on which he can fall back upon. So this attitude that Ishvara alone is there is no second entity apart from Ishvara on which he can depend. To be in this constantly is what is dhyana, meditation. So beautiful. Brahmaivasmi iti. I am that Brahman. I am not different from Ishvara. Sadvritya. By this unbroken thought, sadvritti. Niralambataya sthiti. Not depending on anything else. This is what is dhyana shabdena vikhyataha. This is what is well known as dhyana, and which is paramanandadayini, which gives. Now see, if anybody succeeds in coming to this state, that everything is Ishvara, it's paramanandam. This is the real anandam. Where else is anandam in life? Is there any anandam in the objects? Nowhere. Whole life we have been chasing the different objects and objects. Has it ever given us anandam? We have always been deceived and cheated by the different objects. Is it not? This is our experience, everybody's experience. Some people understand it very early, some people learn by experiences, but some time or the other, everyone has to learn this lesson. There is no anandam anywhere in this so-called objects. The real anandam is in this Ishvara drishti. Then it is Paramanandam, because it is Ishvara and Ishvara alone, nothing else. Ananda Swarupa. Then comes Samadhi. In the Ashtanga Yoga, the last point is Samadhi, is it not? Nirvikarataya vritya brahmakarataya punah vritti vismaranam samyak samadhirjnana sangyakah. Now, nirvikarataya vritya brahmakarataya punah. Let me put it in a very simple thing. Where this person's mind has got only one vritti, that there is nothing apart from Ishvara. And it is nirvikara. This doesn't change. This state of the mind in which this person is now firmly established, there is nothing existing apart from Ishvara. This is what is Samadhi. What else is Samadhi? Now this person's Samadhi is with open eyes. It is not only with closed eyes. This is what is Raman Maharshi. It is not Raman Maharshi is telling something new. He called this a Sahaja Samadhi. This person is always in Samadhi because he is always seeing Ishvara and Ishvara alone. With open eyes it is Ishvara, with closed eyes it is Ishvara. What Sri Ramakrishna taught Naren, not only with the closed eyes, also with the open eyes. So with this attitude that Ishvara alone is existing, nothing else apart from Ishvara, to be established in this is what is Samadhi. So these are the 15 steps which Shankaracharya is strong. And the essence of all the 15 steps, apparently 15, but essentially it is only one practice. Apparently 15 steps, but the essence of all the 15 is only one. Hold on to Ishvara. Everything else will fall in its place. Yama will be there, Niyama will be there, Asana will be there, Pranayam will be there, Maunam will be there, Desha will be there, Kala will be there, Tyaga will be there, everything will be there. So beautiful. This is exactly, I always say, this is the exposition of Sri Ramakrishna's statement that be established in Advaita Bhava and then lead your life. So beautiful. Is it not? So beautiful. So with this, I think, one more 2 verses I can take. Now, there are 144 verses. 2 more verses I can take and I will stop. And in the afternoon session, I will try to wind up the whole thing, just without going into the book, to summarize the whole thing in half an hour, and let whatever Dinesh has got some plans, we will do that. Okay. So 2 more verses. Now this is very inspiring. Next verse is very inspiring. Okay, what Shankaracharya is saying here. He says, Imam chakritrimanandam tavat sadhu samabhyaset vashyo yavat kshanat punsah prayukta san bhavet swayam. Now see, this is the answer to the question. Somebody had raised this question. You see what Shankaracharya is saying here. This is what everybody should practice. This is meant to be practiced. This is not going to come in one day. But the Rishi has shown you the direction. The first thing is, it is what you have said is a very important point. He said that if I leave my mind wherever it goes, it may go into all dirty things. So, but even what is that dirty thing, you inquire into it, you will discover God. That is the beauty of it. Then see, what we are seeing dirty and good, it is all our kudrashti only. When you go into it, see, I'll tell you the best examples. Now, they are all Sri Ramakrishna. Seeing a prostitute, no, we foolish people, we are saying it's a prostitute. Sri Ramakrishna bows down. Ma. Ma means not in our worldly sense, Ma. The Divine Mother, it's Brahman. You understand? What happened? Where is prostitute for that person? We say it's all this is all junk in our head, We have to first clear these junks. You think about the worst human being, it is God's form. I am coming to that point. Terrorism also. The terrorist is also, it's God's form. You can't help it. And how are you going to handle it? I'll talk about it in the evening. Please wait for some time. But first, clear this ground. Whatever we are experiencing, it is God's form, good or bad. First, that should be clarified. It will take time for us to clear this junk from our head. Whatever is existing, it's Ishvara's form. Once you come to that, then you see that this has to be practiced. Now that is what Shankaracharya is saying here. You see. Imam cha akritrim anandam. Akritrim anandam means what? It is a bliss which is not created. Uncreated bliss. Akritrim anandam. Atman, Ishwaram. Ishwaranandam is not created by anything. It is naturally Satchidananda. Tavat sadhu samabhyaset. Sadhu, this spiritual seeker should keep on practicing to attain this state. Till when? Vashyo yavat kshanat punsah prayukta san bhavet swayam. Till it doesn't become natural and spontaneous. Today it is not spontaneous for us. So sadhu samabhyaset. This spiritual aspirant should practice this. It is meant for practice, but the direction of practice is this. Today we may fail 1,000 times. Doesn't matter. 10,000 times, 1,00,000 times we will fail. Be ready for it. Be ready for failures, okay? You're not going to succeed in one go. We will fail millions of times, but we have to keep on striving. It will come. It will come. It has to come. That is the point. Yes?
Nirodha.
No, let us not deviate. Here, you focus on this. You focus on this.
What I'm saying, that second part,
Ah.
that what you are saying, everything is God,
Ah.
that can follow after the Chitta-Vritti Nirodha. Once you
See, don't go into all those things. Automatically, when you know everything is God, everything is Niruddha. Is it not? You don't have to now see Patanjali's Patanjali's method is what? You are for that yogi. Now the Purusha Prakriti Bheda, this is the problem. Mind is Prakriti. Purusha is separate. And now you are trying to control the Prakriti called mind. Mind is really existing. It's good, you can do it. But this Nirodha is spontaneously attained by this Advaita Drishti. That is the point. So focus on this method, don't deviate on that point. So Chitta Vritti Nirodha will be spontaneous and sahaja for a person who develops this Ishvara Drishti. You don't have to separately practice the restraining of Chitta Vritti. That is not needed. Even pranayama also, that is what Shankaracharya says. You don't have to do separate pranayama. Develop this Ishvara Drishti. When you are breathing in, you are developing the vision that everything is Ishvara. When you are breathing out, you are developing the drishti that there is nothing existing apart from Ishvara. And Kumbhaka is what? To be established in this drishti is what is Kumbhaka. By this automatically all the vrittis get restrained. Is it not? This is simple. And then he says, Tatas sadhana nirmuktah siddho bhavati yogirat tatsvarupam cha chaitasya vishayo manaso giram tatas sadhana nirmuktah siddho bhavati yogirat. Now this person who has become established in this, he is a siddha person. This yogirat, this best among the yogis who has become established in this vision that Ishvara alone is existing, then he, the best among the yogis, having attained to perfection, becomes free from all practices. So our practice should continue till we come to this position. Till we come to this position of perfection, we have to keep on practicing. And once you reach that, then that yogi becomes free from all practices. The real nature of such a man never becomes an object of mind or speech. That is the point. Now there are two more other verses here. Achha, let me just take the verse number 130. I am leaving one or two verses. Verse number 130. These are all very inspirational verses. Ye hi vrittim jahatyenam brahmakhyam pavanim param vruthaivate tu jivanti pashubhischa samanaraha ye hi vrittim vijananti gyatvapi vardhayanti ye te vai satpurusha dhanya vandhyaste bhuvanatraye. So beautiful. These two verses are so inspiring. He is saying, Yehi vrittim jahatyenam brahmakyam pavanim param. A person who rejects this great Ishvara Drishti, to sum up the whole thing, a person who rejects this or doesn't practice this, or if our life is not dedicated to the cultivation of this true drishti, if we are not dedicated to the cultivation of this right drishti, vruthaivate tu jivanti. That person's life is vritha. Vritha means futile. We have wasted our lifetime. Is it not such a true thing? Being born in a human body, if a human being doesn't strive to attain this great vision, what a great waste. Shankaracharya literally appeals, literally pleads in Vivekachudamani in the beginning few verses. Amazing it is. He literally pleads, my dear children, understand, the main purpose of this human body is to get at this great vision. Sri Ramakrishna says, Manushya Jivaner Ekmatra Uddesho. Ishwar Labh means all, nothing. This is what is Ishwar Labh. Now this is all the commentary of Sri Ramakrishna's statement, is it not? What do you mean by Ishwar Labh? This is the meaning of Aparokshanubhuti and Ishvara love. Being born in a human body, if somebody is not striving for this, Vrithaiva tute jivanti, he has lived in vain. And what? Pashubhishcha samanaraha. That human being is just like a Pashu. What is the difference between me and a dog? If I'm not, dog cannot do it. Dogs, no one apart from human beings can do it. That is another thing. Vivek Chudamani, Shankaracharya discusses this in beautiful details. We human beings alone have been endowed with the capability of doing this. In this entire creation, nobody else can do it. That's why this human body is the greatest body. And having got this durlabham trayamaivat, he says, having got this rare human body, and if you have not strived to get at this, you are missing a great opportunity. That's the beautiful point. And then he says, Yehi vrittim vijananti gyatvapi vardhayanti te. And blessed indeed are those virtuous persons who at first having this consciousness of Brahman. Those people are really blessed people who have developed this Ishvara bodha, Ishvara consciousness, and develop it more and more. Now all of us, we are all bhaktas and we are striving to get this Ishvara consciousness and we are trying to develop it more and more. This is what is sadhana, you understand? See, Shankaracharya says, he is coming down to our level, he knows. We are all trying to get this Ishvara consciousness and we are trying to develop it more and more. These are blessed people. So we are all blessed people actually. All of us are blessed people. That's why you all are here, otherwise you won't be here. We are all blessed souls that we are striving to get this Ishvara bodha and we are trying to develop it more and more. This is the positive message. We are blessed people. If you are not trying, then it is a great futile, a great vain, it's a waste of lifetime. They are respected everywhere. Such people are respected everywhere. So I think I'll stop here. This much for this Aparokshanubhuti text, because in the afternoon session at 3 o'clock, I will try to